Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will have a discussion on this ongoing recent scam which is called as the digital arrest. Now it is so strong and it has become now so kind of notorious that even the Indian Prime Minister in one of his address to the country has to mention this, that people and the common man and the masses have to be aware of this kind of scam going on. So guys, even over here as well, before we will talk about the astrology yoga, I will tell you about certain instances which have happened, and I was also in one such kind of victimized kind of situation of this scam. You will laugh at me, but yeah, when time is bad and vulnerable, all these things happen. And I might have that yoga in my chart as well, that I was also in that situation once. So we'll talk about that. So first of all, how could we talk about this digital arrest kind of thing? So much before it started happening so often, I remember reading about it 2 years back. So what happened? In one of the university in US, one of the Chinese international student, he suddenly disappeared from his campus. When the whole authority started looking for him, they somehow traced him, or one hiker spotted one kid matching the description, living in a small makeshift kind of camp in the mountains in isolation. When the investigating authorities reached there, they interrogated him. So it was like a crime over where the scammers or the hackers made him believe that he has been kidnapped. And these scammers or the hackers they actually have the access to his parents' safety and well-being, and they can harm them as well. So all what he needs to do is that he has to go to an isolated place and kind of in a way quarantine himself, or self-isolate himself, or self-imprison himself. So, and now what is happening these days, recently it became so big news in India because one of the very big industrialist in India, he received this fake call from somewhere that okay, there has been some parcel or some transaction which has been done on your name. Then they transfer your call to some of the people masquerading as the investigating authorities. They do not let you turn off your camera or your webcam. They have those fake kind of codes and makeshift codes as well, and then they ask you to transfer money to settle down this thing. And in certain parts of India it happened where you get a fake call where the other person on the phone is going to say that your kid has been caught in some compromising position, or there has been some lawsuit related situation where any of the known family member has got entangled. You cannot disconnect the phone and you have to transfer this much of money to settle this amount. Now, if I were to share my own experience, so what happened, I was new in Canada. I was working at Zara, very new, way back in 2017, I guess, in a part-time job, just to, get my footing in the country. So I got this voice message. I was in my shift. I got this voice message that there has been some fraudulent activities which has been detected while filing your taxes and all, and now a warrant was issued but you were not responding to it. Now arrest warrant has been issued and you will be arrested anytime. So initially when I heard this thing, I was a little bit amused. I asked my other friend of mine who was there. I was about to go out for my break. He said this thing, Vietnamese friend of mine. He said, no, you should have done something wrong. That is the only reason why, otherwise you will get a call like this. So, the very first thing which comes to your mind, that actually, kind of give you this benefit of doubt, or give you this kind of impression that it could be a situation and all. Again, guys, don't judge me. I was very new to Canada and too naive. So then what happened? The minute I stepped out, this guy in the call, he did not let me hang up. He did not let me disconnect the phone, and I just told them, okay, I filed this taxes from this CA, this accountant. They asked me his number. He said that okay, now you will be receiving a call from your accountant. So the same number of my accountant which is saved in my phone flashed on my phone. Now there is a guy, he's saying that okay, this accountant, he is not in the office and I'm his supporter, and now we have to settle down this thing, otherwise it will get escalated. You have to evade the arrest first, later on think about doing anything else, but first on evade the arrest. transfer them some settlement amount and get out of this situation, and we will transfer you the damage money later on. So I was given this assurance that it's like I'm not gonna have my money lost or have a bad debt, because it's my accountant's mistake. He's admitting it over the phone. The number is flashing from his mobile number only, and he is gonna settle down, help me settle down the amount. So I was like, what's wrong in that? He kept on asking me that, okay, you cannot disconnect the phone, how much is the battery, and you have to go from you have to take the cash, and from this place you have to transfer the amount. Initially I thought, okay, it might be some branch of the bank, but the long story short, after 2 hours being there on the phone, running from here and there, then he asked me, okay, have you reached this spot? I said yes. Okay, now go there and transfer the money through cryptocurrency. I was like, why do I have to transfer a money to a like CRA person through cryptocurrency and over there? And I saw someone talking in Punjabi in the background. Then I realized that, okay, it is a call which is coming from, unfortunately, from India. The scammer is calling from there. So I was like, okay, so it was a scam. And later on, I don't know why they like to abuse you. They don't like your family because they abuse you. They swear all the names and all. So yeah, long story short, it happened with me as well. But I was safeguarded. I did not transfer any money. Now coming to this point. So, okay, when we talk about these kind of things. So guys, the kind of yoga you have in your chart and the running dasha becomes very important. When it happened to me, I was in the Saturn Mahadasha and in the Ketu Antardasha. Saturn in the 8th house, Ketu in the 7th house, 2-12 combination, and even the transit that day was sensitive. So I mean to say, first of all, let's take up the case that which all people tend to remain on the radar if you have to understand it astrologically. So people who have their moon afflicted in the chart, and in their chart in any way, moon is in the influence of Rahu, and moon is going to be placed in, like, this could be the 4th house, this could be 8th house, and very, very strongly the 12th house, because actually the imprisonment, like something which can take over your subconsciousness, psychologically, emotional control, manipulation, that is always seen from the 8th house, and 12th house is actually giving you this false impression, creating that illusion around you. So guys, generally what has been seen that people who end up becoming a victim in these kind of situation are those people in whose case you will find that moon is afflicted, moon is conjunct with Rahu, moon Rahu conjunction is there in your 4th house, in your 8th house, in your 12th house. So these are among those people who tend to remain very much vulnerable towards getting scammed through this. Second thing is that especially there are like certain nakshatra. When we talk about the Ardhara nakshatra, understand this thing. People who are like the victim and people who are like the predator, or who is preying over you. So over there you will definitely find some sort of similarity. Like generally what we say is that those people who are actually the scammers, the criminals, they have very strong planets in the 8th house, in the 12th house, which are the actual house of scam. You could be a Scorpio Lagna with the Saturn exalted in the 12th house. So that means your house of hidden aspect are your source of strength. And those people who tend to be the victim, in their case you will find that these houses and these malefic planets which need to be strengthened for your defense, your planets are going to be weak over there. So someone who's going to have a debilitated Mars in the 8th house will be a very clear-cut victim for a Saturn exalted in the 12th house person. So this is how like the flow of the energy works. So we got to know that Adra Nakshatra could be very prone towards these things. Sadvisha Nakshatra could be prone towards these kind of things. Rohini Nakshatra people are very believable, like Rohini, Purva, Falguni. These people are like very easily trusting, easily believable. So they have to be on the guard. Along with that, the running activated dasha plays a very important role. So if you have your moon to be in the any way in the influence of the Rahu, this could be moon is placed in the Rahu Nakshatra, your moon is conjunct with Rahu, and in the dasha you are in a time period where we say this thing that this could be a case that your second lord is activated, and in the Pratentar dasha Rahu time came, Ketu time came, the planet which is your 12th lord, its time came, or the planets are transiting. Like let's say for example, the way we say this thing for the Pisces Lagna natives, we know this thing that okay, next year for them Saturn is going to be transiting in their 1st house and Rahu is going to be transiting in their 12th house. Like let's say for example, when with this kind of combination and effect of the transit, even your running dasha is making you prone and vulnerable, then you have to be very cautious, careful. Again guys, like the way I say this thing, do not be in this mindset that okay, if like I am very safe, I am very well protected, so nothing can happen, nothing can reach to me, I've got very strong antivirus and everything in my phone. So when planets are meant to create some issue, there is a saying in my country, in India, we say that when the time is running bad, even if you will sit on the top of a camel, a dog will bite you. So I mean to say, when time is bad, anything can happen, and it's the planetary energy only which create those kind of circumstances. And the way, in the dignity with which Rahu is going to be getting potent and strong in the Aquarius, and Saturn is going to be in the Pisces sign, you do not have to go any far. Just pay attention to the Kal Purush Kundli. Saturn in the 12th house, like dark forces are getting stronger, and Rahu, the illusion, is going to be the most powerful in the Aquarius in the 11th. So that means a lot many people are going to be subjected to or vulnerable toward these kind of things and all. So that's the reason I just wanted to say, all what matters is that it's the illusion which gets created by Rahu, and if it in any capacity it is influencing your moon and the running dasha, transit of the day, if all of that is adding to it, then trust me, you are the soft target, and astrologically knowing that becomes very important. So yes guys, now you can laugh as much as you can, because after that I remember when I came back that day, after that day shift, I told the whole my ordeal. After that, even in the like break time, or like even if I'm in the washroom, my colleagues, my friends, they used to knock over on the washroom door, CRA, and they used to run away. So yeah, once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyawad.